What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the exotic Dead Orbit Cloak, what it looks like, how you get it, and also what it does, because it isn't just an ordinary cloak. It actually has some really cool things on top that you might not know about, and not everyone gets a chance to see these exotic class items, and so I figured you guys might want to see what this one looks like, seeing as most people tend to lean towards one faction, and obviously you're typically a hunter, titan, or warlock, so you don't normally get to see what the other class items look like. So of course, each of the three factions have these exotic class items that you can obtain. I only got this thing recently, so I've been busy doing a bunch of other quests, and I finally got around to doing this one. So what you need to do is be ranked 25 with any faction, and also have an allegiance with them, and then you'll be offered the quest. Dead Orbit is my main faction. I'm ranked 34 with them. If you've been playing Destiny from year one, you'll probably be at least 25 with at least one of the factions. If not, and if you're new to Destiny, then keep on grinding out those bounties and activities. And of course, you can also trade in some materials for reputation as well. And eventually you should be able to get there. Once you're ranked 25 and you have an allegiance with any faction, you'll be offered a quest. Now what you need to do is Crucible kills, Crucible wins, also PvE kills, and completion of heroic strikes. And the most difficult thing that comes with that is you need to do all these things while wearing all three of the faction shader, class item, and also emblem of that corresponding faction. And you need to wear all three at the same time, not just one. And this can be difficult because you might be unlucky and you might have never gotten a faction shader before, because they are quite rare. I think they're a little bit more rare since the Taken King came out, but they can be quite difficult to obtain, and you need to get lucky and get them in faction packages, and you might have never got one before. So that could be quite a difficulty that comes with that. And you also need to get yourself the class item, and my only Dead Orbit cloak was like 140 light, and otherwise you need to buy a cloak from the Dead Orbit vendor. And while that was 280 light, which is pretty high, that was still 75 marks to buy, which is quite expensive just to complete a quest. And even still, 280 light might still hold you back in heroic activities, because they normally tend to be around 290 light, and some of the harder ones can be quite difficult. But once you do all that, you'll get yourself a class item with 290 defense, which is pretty high, and as you can see, minus 303 defense. So I've actually infused it with some other stuff. But let's take a look at the actual perks that you get on this thing, because they're quite interesting and unique. The first one is Pathfinder, which means your Dead Orbit reputation is going to be slightly boosted, which is awesome. That's really good to have a constant boost to your Dead Orbit rep and how much you earn for that. And also has Dead Orbit effect on spawn. Now we're going to take a look at what that looks like right now. This is what you can see when you spawn in. It isn't that easy to spot, but it's basically some black smoke that appears when your ghost spawns you in. And every single time you spawn somewhere, it's going to do that slight Dead Orbit effect. You also get a little sound cue that plays as well, and it's a really cool idea of these custom spawn animations. I really like that. It's definitely never been done before in Destiny, and it's a cool idea. I'll play it side by side wearing no cloak in slow-mo, so you can see the difference between wearing a Dead Orbit cloak with this effect and not. The new Monarchy one is a little bit more obvious, a little easier to see. It's got these bright red flashes that appear everywhere. The Dead Orbit one is still cool, it's just not as noticeable. It's kind of hard to see the smoke exactly, but it's still cool nonetheless. And the other perk is Life Exotic. This allows you to wear 2 exotic armor pieces at the same time. Of course, normally in Destiny, you can only ever wear 1 exotic weapon and 1 armor at the same time. But this allows you to wear multiple exotic items with this Life Exotic perk, and that of course lets you to rock your exotic cloak in addition to an armor piece, which would be pretty crazy if you didn't have that. But of course, this is a very good perk that you need in order to rock that cloak and not have to sacrifice your exotic armor piece. But it is a really cool perk that we've never seen before, and possibly it will be on exotic in the future. You can also infuse it, of course. I also got choices between intellect or discipline, which is a great choice to have, and the upgrade rate for pulse rifles or snipers faster, which is random which ones you get. But yeah, that is the Dead Orbit cloak. I think I'm going to infuse this all the way and make it my permanent cloak, because I love the fact it gives me more Dead Orbit reputation. That's a really good feature to have, and it's also cool just having 2 exotics at the same time. But let me know your thoughts of this in the comment section, and if you guys have any exotic class items yourself, drop a like rating on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.